All right, for example 5, we have made the same thing as before. We have a sphere, we made it into volume. We have scattered 1,000 points in this volume, and we have sorted them by x-axis. So if we take a look at the PT-nums, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, going all the way to 999 here. So we have them by x-axis, we have them scaling up from 0 to 1999. Now, in the VOP, we're going to use a really interesting node called a fit range. And what this node basically will do is it will take our PT-nums, it will take the minimum amount of numbers we have and the maximum amount of points we have, and it will renumber the PT-nums into a float value between 0 and 1. Let me explain. Let's go into the VOP and continue. So basically in here we have the fit range. We're gonna take our PT-nums, so it's gonna work on each number into the value input. We're gonna set the source min to 0 since our minimum point is 0, and we're gonna put the source max to the maximum amount of points we have. So we have 1,000 points right here, and we have a really useful attribute for this called numpt that basically only states how many points we have in total. All right, so we're gonna pipe that into the source max. We're gonna put destination min to 0 and destination max to 1, which means that we're gonna have all our values between 0 and 1 in float numbers. Another thing about the numpt, piping it to the source max, is really useful, because if we then later on want to change the amount of points we have, let's say we go back to our scatter here and add, I don't know, 5,345 points, we will still have the numpt saying 3,459 points or whatever, and we will point that to the source max, and it will always keep updating that and still renumbering them between 0 and 1 without we have to do anything. So it's really useful to always think of that numpt as that kind of attribute to use for this kind of cases. Anyway, so all of our points will have now a renumbered value between 0 and 1, a float. And we're going to point that out to an attribute called hello. And this means that our hello attribute have numbers between, let's see, so 0 is the smallest number, and the biggest one is 0.999, which pretty much correspond to our PT-nums. As you remember, we had from 0 to 999, since we have 1,000 points. And we now have the values, instead of being integers 999, we have them in floats between 0 and 1. And how this works is with some really simple math, actually. So we just take our PT-num, divide it by our numpt, and we get our attribute. So we divide, let's say, 324, divide that by 1,000, and we get this. And let's check. Let us work. So if we take our 324 PT-num, let's find it. It's right here. And we can see that our hello attribute has, so 324, the PT-num 324 has the attribute hello at 0.324, which means it works. So we can do a lot of things with the values between 0 and 1. It's very useful to have values between 0 and 1 on a lot of things, get ramps, and a lot of things work best with the values between 0 and 1. We can, for example, use a color node, put the color type to ramp from attribute, put the attribute to hello, and the ramp goes from 0 to 1. So 0 is black, 1 is white, and we can see here that they go from black to white. We can put the 0 attribute values to red, and the 1 values to blue. To visualize it better, let's put it to like that, and you can see they go from red to blue, which is really cool. So the fit range is a very, very useful node that I use a lot. So yeah, see you guys in the next example. Bye.